What's up, witches? Welcome back to my channel. It's the Lunar Priest, aka my name is Cheyenne, and we are talking about the fourth house today. So the fourth house is definitely one of my favorite places. I'm very excited to get into this, but before we do, make sure that you've subscribed to my channel. It really helps me to continue making this content. Plus, it's like my favorite thing to do. And yeah, I guess with that, let's just hop right into the fourth house. The fourth house is ruled by Cancer. I think it's always very useful to look into the ruling correspondences to anything to do with astrology. So whether we want to learn about a sect, a sector, a house, a sign. So the corresponding things with the fourth house would be Cancer, the planet is the moon, the people that surround us may be our parents, our mother. It has to do with the home, especially like the home, our nesting preferences, the way we want to decorate. It could also be to do with buying and selling houses, could be a way that the fourth house manifests in our life. And the way that we can tell where a house is manifesting in our life is by looking at the ruling sign of that house. So let's say you're an Aries rising, well then Cancer is most likely going to be ruling your, oh sorry, little French bulldog bumping the tripod. Then Cancer would be ruling your fourth house. And then that's kind of nice because it's like, well, you're probably well suited to create a home, or creating a home is going to be a big teaching for you, or being a mother, or your relationship to your mother, etc. So the way we can tell where these teachings are either describing or prescribing what is going on with our spirit's evolution is by looking at our chart and seeing, do we have planets in the fourth house? Do we have, what planets do we have, and what signs are they in, right? So personally, I have moon in Cancer in the fourth house. So it's a very lunar sign. It's a very kind of psychic place to be, the fourth house, the moon, Cancer. They're all very highly sensitive, highly empathic energies. So whenever we do have something showing up in the fourth house, we want to make sure that we are being more, I don't know if kind is the right word, but more available to listen and be sensitive and be patient with our emotions, because the fourth house is such an emotional place. Again, it can have to do with our relationship to our mother. It being ruled by the moon makes it somewhat of a trackless and cyclical type of place. So the placements that we have there can kind of happen in waves. Teachings can come in waves. We're more prone to taking on different feelings that are in our environment. We could even be somewhat cyclical with our personalities, where we're kind of changing the way that we feel and perceive and radiate from time to time, just like the moon sometimes is shining very brightly and sometimes is totally dark, and then every 2 days it's changing signs, it's changing phases constantly, right? So that energy is very fast-paced compared to other places. So the fourth house is a very multifaceted place, and I think that's what makes it correspondent to kind of that psychic water sign, like Cancer being a water sign. It makes it very full and rich with depth and emotion and experience, because it's changing so rapidly and it's very hard to follow if you aren't able to be patient. And it's a very feminine place, so these structures and time constrictions and expectations cannot really be placed on energies such as the moon. In Cancer as well, they just work better in their own element, which is, again, ruling the home, the nest. I want things to be comfortable so I can move about my flow, whatever that is. I can move about life in a way that is safe and comfortable, because I am such a sensitive, empathic being, right? If you are a heavily fourth house placed person, natal chart, right? So, and also Cancer, again, ruling the mother, we can look at our placements in the fourth house and see if any of those placements apply to the lessons we may be learning with our mother. And again, when I say prescriptive or descriptive. I think I originally heard that from Chani, which is a great astrology app and astrologer in general. We want to see if, okay, this placement is describing a pre-existent thing that's been unfolding in my life, and I want to learn how to evolve deeper. I want to learn how to harness that energy and use it to my advantage, which would be why we would be studying a placement or an aspect or anything to do with our natal chart. Or it's prescriptive, which is like, I think that's really there and I've been missing that element, so I want to learn more about it so I can tap more deeply into that place, so I can receive the rewards and not feel like I'm the one out of control following fate. I want to be the controller of fate, if you will. So when we learn about these things and these houses, when it comes to the fourth house especially, we want to take a look at our domestic life. We want to see if there could be some sort of like real estate opportunity, like when I learned that, I really started thinking about, I have a lot of these fourth house placements that are well suited. When you learn more and more about your fourth house placements, you can see how you might be able to harness those things because they're already naturally existent. Or again, if they're prescriptive, you might want to learn how to harness that energy and tap more deeply into it, which I've already said, of course. So with that, I hope that this helped in some way. I know that I'm a very liminal person in my teachings. I tend to be all over the board and just kind of mad astrologering out on these videos, but that's just the way it goes, right? And I want to put these videos out there so that you have a quick reference point for something else I might have taught about, or you don't want to take my full astrology course that is very planned out and calculated. Maybe you like these quick little videos. So if you do, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me to continue making content. If I left anything out, please leave it in the comments because there is just so many facets to astrology and there's no way I could cover all of it, of course. And if anything didn't serve you, just leave it right where it's at. Just take only what serves you in my videos. Okay, so until my next video, I'll see you later. Bye.